Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I am here and I'm going to do another story time for you because my last story time is already at 150 views, and that's freaking awesome. That's like the most views I've gotten like that fast, like 2 days or something. And I'm here just drinking a Frappuccino, like a basic, you know. But, so all of my story times have had to deal with older, creepy dudes. So let's make another one like that, because I had another thing happen to me this morning while I was at work again. Woohoo! Isn't it just like wonderful? My life is, every time I go out in public, or I'm obviously working with the public, there's usually not a day that goes by that I don't get harassed sexually. Which is really sad, but it's made me into a very, very brutal being. Which I like that too. Gotta defend yourself, gotta protect yourself. Unfortunately, we live in a culture of, like we have a rape culture, I guess you want to call it, so. And unfortunately, I happen to be a woman, so I guess I fall into the category of, for the predators out there, which I don't really understand why it's like that, and why, I mean, statistically, men are the ones that do it more than women, which if you watch Onision's channel, he can tell you all about that. He has the statistics, the percentages of men versus women on, like, being predators and everything. So anyways, so there's this one older gentleman, I don't even want to call him a gentleman actually, I don't know why I said that, but he comes to our place quite a bit, and he talks to somebody else that I work with a lot. He's friends with them, and he kind of just like hangs out by the side, because I work at 2 different places, so this is the other job, the job like that I told you about, the arm wrestling. That was a different job. This job is my other job. And he's talking to the guy, and he comes all the time, and I guess we can backtrack to the first time that he started getting a little bit weird. He always kind of just stared at me, like I'd be walking, working, I'm running around like all the time. And he always just kind of watched my every move, and it was one of those things where I could feel his eyes on me all the time, and I would just try to like tune it out and like keep working and just hope that he left soon, and like it would give me a lot of anxiety. But yeah, I would like look up, he's just staring at me, just watching me, and like just this weird like look, like, hey, what's up girl, you know, except he's super old, and it was weird. So every now and then he would get some food and he would get a drink, and so I would kind of be obligated to talk to him. And this time, one of the like more recent times, he started asking me if I have a boyfriend, and I'm like, yeah, I do, I have a boyfriend. And I'm like, what about you? And he told me he had a wife of like 26 years or something. He asked me how old I was, told him my age. He's like, oh, I thought you were a lot younger than that. So first red flag of a creep guy. He told me that he was 40 also. We'll just add that in there real quick. He told me he's 40. He thought I was younger than my age. He thought I was 18 or 17. And so first of all, he thought it was a good idea to go hit on a way younger girl, even though he's 40. Which is like closer to my mom's age than my age. Super fucking creepy. And I was like super creeped out that like he thought like a 40-year-old dude was like trying to get with like a 17 or 18-year-old. That's really fucking weird. And he has a wife too, which is also really weird, because it's like, okay dude, you're gonna ask me these questions, I'm gonna ask him right back then, because like, the fuck, like why do you need to know this information? And so then it just kind of, I don't know, I think he just like left after that because I kind of just acted like really weirded out and stopped talking, and he just left. So then on Monday comes back again and asks me if I have a boyfriend again, and I'm thinking, does this dude have like Alzheimer's or something, because he just asked me this recently. Same answer, yes, I do. And he just kept asking me questions about like my work and where I live. He was asking me where I live, and I kind of just told him somewhere else that I live. And then this leads up to today. Comes in, asks me if I have a boyfriend again. And then I'm like, yeah, I do. And then he also tells me that I'm beautiful, and he also is like, he was like asking about my boyfriend too, how old, what does he do, blah blah blah, this and that. And then, so I was like stocking the cooler full of drinks, which happened to be like right next to the table he was sitting at, which I should have just waited, but it just needed to get done, and I was trying to just tune him out, and he kept talking to me, and I couldn't hear him, so every time he said something, I'm like, what? Like, what'd you say, you know? And I kind of gave him a look like, what? You know, what do you need something? Because I'm kind of trying to work right now. And he's like, oh, my birthday's on Sunday, and I'm gonna come back here for my present. And I was like, ugh, that is... I just got really, really pissed off. Like, super fucking mad. I was just like, ugh. Like, if I could punch you in the face, I would. I really would, but I can't do that because that's violence. And I need to control my anger. And I swear, like, when stuff like this happens, I just get so mad. Like, I just want to hit them, or I want to hurt them in some way, because it's just so fucked up how dudes just think they can, like, go up to girls and say whatever they want, even if they have a wife and kids. Like, he had kids too. I just wanted to go, like, tell the wife he was being creepy, and, you know, like, the fuck. Like, you don't deserve any of that. I just hope, like, in some way that dude gets, like, you know, the shit that he's done coming back to him, because that's just fucked up. So, yeah, I was really mad. That guy's really creepy, and he comes in almost every single week, asking me questions, giving me the creepy stare, watching my every move, because he'll just stand there on the side where I'm working behind the counter and just watch me. And, like, he almost acts like he's talking to, like, my manager, but I swear he's just, like, doing it just to watch me. I just, like, get that feeling, because all the other customers I have don't act like that around me. They don't sit there and watch me, like, run around and do every little thing, and they don't ask me weird, creepy questions. And yeah, so that kind of partially made my day very stressful. Along with this, I guess I can add this other little part of a story, because it happened today also. Super, super old man, probably like 60s, 70s almost. Like, this guy was, like, barely able to walk. He was, you know, hobbling about because, you know, age is definitely catching up with him, and he's probably, you know, on his way to the other side. But this guy looks at me and he goes, oh, she's cute. And he just, like, I swear, like, he was just so old. He was, like, senile or declining or something, but he was just, like, locked onto me, like, oh shit, like, I'm in this situation now, and I'm gonna have to deal with it because I'm a cute girl. No. I'm not flattered by it. I would be flattered if people were like, oh, I really like your book that you published. Oh, I really think that you're pretty good at guitar, and you have a good taste in music, or, you know, I like your YouTube videos. It's like, compliment me. Like, yes, I guess I could be flattered by compliments on my looks and everything, which, thank you for noticing that, I guess. But I would feel more flattered if you complimented something about my personality, something about the skills that I have, the hobbies that I do, my music, my poetry, my published book, you know, like, there's more to me. And then a lot of times I get, you know, the comments about my looks, and they don't care about anything else about me. I try to talk about my guitar to them, or I try to talk about my book, and they just don't give a shit at all. All they care about is like how I look, and they want my attention on them. So I'm like, okay, bye. Bye, fucker. Get a life. But I have to be nice to my customers because, you know, customer service. And so first of all, this old guy, he orders like a little thing of steamed mushrooms, and then I'm ringing him out, and he sees I have this little tiny heart tattoo, which this will be a part of my tattoo video, obviously. And he's like, oh, you better not get any more of those. And I'm just like, oh, I won't. I'm not. I mean, I might get more tattoos, but I'm just gonna tell this guy I'm not, just so he can get off my fucking back, because I'm already annoyed by creep, and then this old man comes in trying to tell me, like, what to do. He follows that up with, you have a beautiful body, you shouldn't do things like that to your body. I'm just like, okay, and then he keeps questioning me, are you gonna get any more of those? Are you gonna get any more? And I'm like, no. No. So then he sits down, and it was really, really busy today, so I was dealing with a lot of customers at once, and I had a group of probably like 3 or 4 people. I'm trying to ring them out. I just got this guy his food, like right before I rang these other people out, and like I was gonna ring them out, and like, cause I saw him looking at me, so I was gonna help him right after I was helping the people that I was already with. And then he starts going, hey, 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 can you hear me? Can you hear me? He's screaming at me. He couldn't wait 2 seconds. He's like, I need salt. Let me get salt. He was screaming about salt, and he would not stop. I need a drink of this for a second. Okay. Oh, that's better. So he's screaming at me about salt, and the people that I'm ringing out are like, here, like, just give me the salt that he wants. Like, they were clearly annoyed and thought he was really rude. I thought he was rude too. At first I didn't realize he was screaming at me, because I'm not really used to people just straight up like screaming at me, you know, for when they want something, like, because I pay attention to my customers, so I just get them something. Even if they're like looking at me, I can tell they need something, so I'll go up there and like ask them. And so I had to stop in the middle of ringing these people up to get him his fucking salt. And so then he was just perfectly peachy right after that. So I go back to ringing these people up, and you know, they sat down and got their food ready and everything. And then he starts screaming at me again, and I'm just like, oh my god, what now? Hey, 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 hey. Because I'm like trying to take other people's orders, I'm trying to bring other people's food out, I'm trying to ring people up on the register. I'm doing like 50 things at once when we get really busy. So like, it's like, dude, I don't have time to just like hang out with you, I'm sorry. And he's just screaming at me until I give him his like attention. So I look at him, he's like, tell the guys that they did a really good job on the food. So he was just screaming at me for like an hour. Just tell them that they did a good job, when he could have just looked at them and told them that they did good without having to ask, like, get me involved in it. But I guess he's also done it to the other girl that I work with too, like, except he somehow fished her name out of her, so he's sitting there yelling her name, I guess. But yeah, that is my story time for today. So many stories about creepy guys. I don't get it. I don't like this part of my life. But it makes me feel better that I get to share it with you, because then 1, I'm venting, 2, I'm making a storytime video, and I feel like this is spreading awareness of creepy predator old men. So like, to all the girls out there that have experienced being preyed upon by old men, like, I'm really sorry. It sucks. Like, I wish that life didn't have to be something to be afraid of when you go out in public. Like, I'm always afraid to even be by myself out in public, like, because I feel like it makes me look more vulnerable, which I get preyed upon more when I'm by myself than with a group, so there's that. And a lot of my friends I've hung out with know, like, a lot of the harassment that I deal with, which has made me into a little brutal bear, because I will defend myself. And I was in Ishinryu karate for like years, and I competed in tournaments, and I know how to defend myself. And like I said in my last, like, in the story time, okay, if you guys haven't watched my story time with me and Jake, our little collab, I'm gonna put an annotation right here, right there. And I told a story about how some dude was creeping on me, like, while I was sleeping on a couch, and I woke up and I just punched him in the face instantly, just knocked his frickin'... He left right after that because I kind of made him see stars a little bit. So yes, I will defend myself, and I have pepper spray too, so I am definitely prepared for things. So yeah, but hopefully one day women can live in a world where we don't have to protect ourselves from men. I mean, it's our own species. It's just fucking stupid. Like, what if the roles were reversed? Like, yeah, I've heard guys say, oh, like, girls do this and that and this and that and blah, blah, blah. Well, men don't have to go out into public in fear now, do ya? Maybe you go out in public in fear of other men, because that seems to be a thing, too. But maybe someday we will evolve. Until then, I will sit here and keep telling you my stories, and hopefully we can evolve from these stories, because I just feel like we're so, like, just dumb as, like, humans. Like, I honestly, like, go through these, like, I don't know, these bouts of me just hating being a human. Like, there's so many things that I loathe about it. And, yeah. I could go on, but I'm not going to right now. So, give this a like if you want me to keep doing story times, and a comment too. The more interaction I get, the more I will do these videos for you. And thank you for watching once again. Goodbye.